goes, okay, jumps from the wing of the plane and vanishes into the ground. Now he said that she was wearing a little sailor dress. And we like to believe that that was Jackie showing off exactly what she's capable of. My experience with Jackie, I was just standing on that staircase on my very first day when there was a tour guide telling another group the story of Jackie. Right here where I'm standing, I felt this little tug on the back of my shirt, like a kid trying to get my attention. Kind of freaked me out. I looked around, nothing there. My coworker saw me and asked me why I was looking around. I was like, I don't know, I just felt this tug on my shirt. She was like, oh, that's really weird, I just felt a tug on my skirt. And I love it. I love to think that Jackie was saying, hey, on my very first day, introducing just a little welcome to the ship. But before we move on, I do just want to let you know, Jackie, there is no little girl that drowned in the pool. There is no little girl that died tragically on the ship during her sailing days. It really just didn't happen. Despite what the internet says. However, we do think we have an origin story for Jackie. So back in 1946, the Bride and Baby shuttles I mentioned, so this is at the end of the war efforts. Therefore, it was while the Queen Mary was under military consignment. We don't have all of the records from that period. But during 1946, a lot of the soldiers who had gone over to Europe, when they went over to Europe to fight, they also happened to meet their future wives, right? Start families, get married, all those things. And then they got sent back home after the war was over. So all of these families needed to be immigrated over to North America so they could continue. And in order to do that, the Queen Mary was part of that effort. She did 13 voyages, transporting 20,000 women and children to reunite these families. Pretty incredible, right? But during this period, we had a ton of kids on board, and these areas, this wasn't a pool, it was a bunk hall, it was a mess hall, it was a bunch of different things. And so we think that Jackie may have died during this period in this area. And that would be a very valid, we don't know the exact story, and we don't have record of it. We think that must be the origin story. If we are to believe that Jackie is someone who died